These are 12 country songs from 1971 that didn't make it big, but they made their mark on anyone lucky enough to hear them. The Smoky Mountain Travelers were painting pictures of Carolina rain that hit harder than any chart topper. And Red River Assembly gave us a heartbreak ballad so pure, it still feels like a secret between old lovers. Number 12, One More Time by the Blue Canyon Boys.
3.
Coming in is a slow-burning beauty that never saw the Grand Ole Opry stage, but sure deserved to. Released independently in late 1971, One More Time was recorded in a tiny studio tucked deep in the Ozarks.
Working in the promised land, I've got the blues.
The Blue Canyon Boys, a 5-piece outfit of brothers and cousins, blended tight harmonies with Appalachian fiddle in a way that felt both ancient and urgent. What held them back? They never signed to a major label. Their music was distributed on 45s sold out of the back of their van. Still, if you ever heard One More Time drifting through a smoky tavern jukebox, you'd swear the world paused. Today, rare vinyl collectors still prize their only LP like buried treasure. Their sound would quietly influence early alt-country acts decades later. From backroad bar rooms to collector shelves, their legacy lingers. Number 11, Drunken Nights in the City by Boone Creek Revival.
I hear all the time. Here's a song Wes Golden wrote, and we're kind of proud of this.
We're headed downtown, to the smoky streets of Nashville after dark. Boone Creek Revival's Drunken Nights in the City came out on the tiny Harvest Lantern label in early '71.
I hear you calling me, trying to feel the caught to what is cold.
The band, fronted by a raspy-voiced preacher's son named Lowell Branson, had a knack for capturing the holy mess of heartache. The twist? The song was banned from a handful of southern stations for being too raw in its lyrics about barroom temptation and morning after regret. But for fans who found it, the song became a late-night anthem, played low on whiskey-soaked porches or during long solo drives under neon signs. Though Boone Creek Revival faded fast, their only album is now a cult classic in outlaw country circles. A tune that walked too close to the edge and paid the price for its honesty. Number 10, Back Road Home by the Flatland Ramblers. Coming In is a song that smells like dust and diesel and feels like home. The Flatland Ramblers were a short-lived Texas panhandle quartet who recorded Back Road Home in a single-night session. Released in mid-1971 through Lariat Sound, the track told the story of a man returning from war to a hometown that barely remembers him. The band had talent, but not timing. They released the single the same week as a major Merle Haggard album, and it got buried in the radio shuffle. Still, Back Road Home found life on local AM stations and gained a quiet following among veterans who said the lyrics spoke truer than anything on the charts. Picture a '68 Chevy truck, a gravel road, and a voice on the radio that sounds like your own. That was the Ramblers. Their voices may have faded, but their message still resonates. Number 9, Reno Bound by the Dalton Brothers.
I want to introduce to you in a big round of applause, they're not used to this kind of show here, the Dalton Brothers.
Next up, we're headed west, chasing neon dreams on the back of a pedal steel. Reno Bound was the Dalton Brothers' answer to the urban cowboy wave before it even had a name.
Set you free, I know our love.
Hailing from Bakersfield, this California trio had twang in their bones, but casino lights in their hearts. The song, part country, part roadhouse swing, tells of a gambler leaving his family behind for one last lucky run. But here's the heartbreak. The band split just weeks after recording it, thanks to a messy legal battle over songwriting credits. Listeners remember it as a hidden gem, a song that felt like the open desert at night, full of hope and hollow promises.
Luke Dalton here got my blind brother Duke. He's going through the punk rock thing.
It never got the press it deserved, but Reno Bound became a cult favorite among truckers and late-night FM DJs. A short ride, but one worth taking. Number 8, Cold Coffee Morning by Sweet Clover Junction. Brings us one of the softest gut punches on this list. Sweet Clover Junction only pressed a handful of singles in their time, but Cold Coffee Morning stood out. Released in 1971 on Magnolia Records, it captured the quiet ache of a morning after a love gone wrong. The twist? The lead singer, Annie Greer, wasn't even supposed to be on the record. She filled in last minute, after the original vocalist lost her voice. Annie's trembling delivery turned what could have been a forgettable B-side into a folk country masterstroke. Listeners recall hearing it on college radio stations, often followed by dead air, as if DJs needed a moment to recover. Annie Greer left music shortly after, but her voice on that one track still lingers like steam off a chipped diner mug. Number 7, Carolina Rain by the Smoky Mountain. Travelers.
It's a darn buzz special.
Sliding Into is a ballad that flows like a mountain stream. The Smoky Mountain Travelers were a bluegrass-influenced trio based out of Asheville, North Carolina. Carolina Rain was their most polished release, produced with local legend Bobby Mathis and recorded in a wooden cabin-turned studio. Though it charted modestly on local folk stations, national traction eluded them. Still, the harmonies and weeping fiddle struck deep with anyone who'd ever missed home. A story of longing, porch memories, and a back porch covered in rain-soaked honeysuckle. Some songs are for dancing. This one was for remembering. If these forgotten gems are bringing back memories, or maybe even sparking some new ones, tap that like button and subscribe. We share vintage country countdowns every week to keep the music alive and the memories rolling. Number 6, Barbed Wire Wine by the Bitter Creek Band. Cracking into the top 6 is a band as rough as their name. The Bitter Creek Band released Barbed Wire Wine in late '71, and it was everything their fans expected. Sharp, unfiltered, and soaked in Southern storytelling. The song tells of a broken farmer pouring moonshine into old wine bottles to drown his losses. It was part tragedy, part protest. Despite its gritty brilliance, radio stations stayed away due to its dark tone and unapologetic lyrics about poverty and pride. But in rural taverns and midnight jam sessions, Barbed Wire Wine became an underground anthem. The band eventually dissolved, but their DIY ethos and fearless writing would influence the Americana revival decades later. Country music wasn't always pretty, and the Bitter Creek Band made sure we didn't forget that. Number 5, Lovin' a Memory by Shady Grove Union.
And the grain to feed him on, a little Shady Grove to stay at home, and
A melody for anyone who's loved someone longer than they should have. Shady Grove Union wasn't flashy. They were small-town guys from Kentucky who played high school gyms and church socials. Lovin' a Memory was their only charting song, reaching a modest number 87 on the regional Billboard affiliate. Released on Pioneer Star Records, the song painted a vivid portrait of a man haunted by the memory of a long-gone love. So much so, he keeps setting a place for her at the table. What makes it memorable is the understated harmony and aching pedal steel, recorded in a single take. It never got wide release, but bootleg tapes made their rounds in jukeboxes and glove boxes across the Midwest. One song, one emotion. perfectly captured. Number 4, Border Town Lights by the Pecos Valley Ramblers.
Have I told you lately that I love you?
Time to hit the border. The Pecos Valley Ramblers brought a southwestern flavor to country with Border Town Lights, a 1971 track recorded near El Paso.
Yes, take away all my sad things.
With nylon string guitar, accordion, and a slow-burning rhythm, it told the story of a man who sees his lost love's shadow in every neon cantina light. The unique sound made it too regional for major stations, but that same flavor gave it staying power on Spanish language and border radio.
That's what you do.
There's a whole generation who discovered this song driving alone under desert stars, wondering where their past went. And though the Ramblers disappeared within a year, this track lived on, traded in cassette mixes and whispered about in Southwest record shops. Number 3, Midnight Freight by Cactus County Line. Midnight Freight by Cactus County Line came from a band of working musicians who spent more time under truck hoods than under spotlights. Released in fall of '71, it was written by bass player Rick Henley during long runs from Oklahoma to Memphis. The song tells the tale of a train-hopping loner trying to outrun his guilt, with a chorus that feels like steel wheels on old rails. Legend has it, the harmonica solo was recorded on a train trestle bridge during an actual freight's passing. Though the band never made it big, Midnight Freight became beloved by the CB radio crowd and was often played in rest stops and roadside diners. It's not just a song, it's a way of life. Number 2, She Took the Shine by Red River Assembly. She Took the Shine was the heartbreak ballad Red River Assembly released after their lead guitarist quit, which only added to the rawness of the sound. The lyrics compare a lost lover to a dying fire, a faded lantern, and a broken mirror. Heavy metaphors, but delivered so gently, they landed like a sigh. Recorded in Muscle Shoals with a stripped-down setup, it never charted, but got heavy play on late-night radio thanks to trucker call-ins requesting that one about the lantern. Its emotional honesty became its greatest strength. To this day, it's one of those songs you don't tell people about. You wait until the right moment and share it quietly. Number 1, Hardwood Floor Heaven by the Pine Hollow Ramblers. And at number top, the crown jewel of obscure brilliance. The Pine Hollow Ramblers only released one album, and Hardwood Floor Heaven was the closing track. Released in December 1971, it told the story of a simple joy, dancing barefoot in a kitchen with someone you love. The recording was lo-fi, the vocals a little off, but the emotion, unfiltered and unforgettable. The band was a family outfit, literally. With a father, his 2 sons, and an old friend on the dobro. They never toured beyond their home state of West Virginia, but this song traveled. Passed from friend to friend, it became a kind of secret code among lovers of real country. Honest, raw, beautiful. It's not just a song. It's a moment you wish you could live again. If you've enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more country classics every week. And there you have it. 12 hidden gems from 1971 that remind us country music isn't just about fame or chart toppers. It's about voices that told the truth even when no one was listening. Songs that lived in diners, dive bars, and dusty glove compartments passed down like family stories. Thanks for joining us on this journey through forgotten sounds and backroads memories. And don't miss our next countdown. 1972, obscure country bands you need to hear, where even more hidden treasures are waiting to be rediscovered. Until then, keep the memories alive and the needle steady on the record.